Hello, and it's been a while, but I'm back for some F1 2021 My Team Career Mode action. Again, it's been a while. I took a month off during or because of the New Japan G1 Climax tournament that was going on. Uh, Watching a lot of wrestling in about a month period of time. And yeah, so it's about time to return to some gameplay. Um, by the time this is up on YouTube, I should have uploaded races that I did at Portimao and Imola, which have now been uploaded to the F1 game, or added to the F1 game. And yeah, it should create for some more flexibility with the schedule in future career modes, or future seasons, I should say. But yeah, we're here in Canada. Yet another pole over Leclerc and Tsunoda. Sort of weird getting back into it after a while and sort of refreshing myself with what exactly has been going on in the career mode. But good news is we have pole for Canada. Canada is a good track for me, generally speaking, so looking for a solid performance. And before I start the race, I will go off and show how things are going in the championship, as I picked Lance Stroll to be our new rival, which should be an easy victory. Of course, Christian Lundgaard, recently announced for the Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing Team for the IndyCar Series in 2022. A full-time IndyCar driver, but here he's still in Formula One, of course. Or he is in Formula One. He's not in Formula One currently. All right.
All right. I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Weather looks pretty good. Nothing to worry about there. R&D, we are currently 4th, just ahead of McLaren. We do have an upgrade that I believe will be in for the next race on the powertrain. And we're going to make another upgrade decision here. And I think we're going to go again on the powertrain. Yeah, we're just that should be in time for Austria, but we'll see. French Grand Prix is on the 25th. The upgrade, that's the minor upgrade, is in on the 18th. So in theory, we should have that in by the time the next race comes in. So it'll be a little minor boost. Championship-wise, of course, it's been a while, but we are well ahead of the pack in the point standings for the Drivers' Championship, and that's because we won 4 of the first 5 races, with China being the only race we did not win. So, yeah, we are very early on in the championship, still a long way to go, but we are in very, very solid shape right now. So, with that being said, let's go straight into the Canadian Grand Prix.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7-mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history and could be the cause of a safety car today. Alongside me to discuss all the
It's
action
the
today is
Aston Martin
Anthony
safety
Davidson.
car. First
Thanks
time
for joining
seeing
us,
that.
Ant, and tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's the owner-driver in pole position there, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2.
That's a
Considering
blurry
the
race
rest
suit.
of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Lando Norris, and Perez, Sainz, Mick Schumacher, Bottas, and Jack Aitken, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Christian Lundgaard, and Vettel, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Callum Eilert, and George Russell, Mazepin, Joe, Latifi, and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. And with preparations...
Looks like Ocon got a penalty.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Still, it's a two-stop strategy, though we know we can stretch it without much difficulty to a one-stopper. So yeah, I think we are in pretty solid shape.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap. The drivers we're racing are Leclerc and Tsunoda. Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
Gonna be a lot of ghosting going on. Oh, everyone's ghosting. Jeez. Ghosting galore. Oh, I should mention as well that first career mode race with the special Red Bull livery. With the white Red Bull.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Alright. Getting ready. The Canadian Grand Prix here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. 5 red lights are about to go out. We're underway. Oh, it's going to be 3 wide, isn't it? Yep, it's going to be 3 wide. And the switchover did not work. Or I guess the switch back would be the more appropriate term. Thought I might try the outside, but that didn't work either. And that's just not good. No. Ooh, that one worked out, sort of, for a second. See, there goes Leclerc. There goes Sonoda, and Sonoda's going to absolutely send it and just collide with Leclerc. Bam! Surprised, I would be shocked if Leclerc does not have wing damage from that. And then I turned it a little too early, and that did not work. But you can see it from this vantage point. Just dives in, bam! Just sends it way too hard. Sonoda being overly aggressive going into turn 1. Let's see, any wing damage? None on mine, but damage definitely to Leclerc, so Sonoda just barged his way through to get into position and then get back by and hold on to the lead. Leclerc, yeah, he's definitely holding people up, so he's going to be, I would be shocked if he does not hit to get that front wing changed. See, you can see Sonoda's pulling away very quickly, and that's solely down to Leclerc just holding up everyone behind him. And Leclerc, yep, there he goes, dives into the pits to get that front wing changed. Unfortunate, I mean, that third try, I didn't really do anything, I just sort of backed out and let Sonoda just dive in there, and he just sent it straight into Leclerc. Took out his front wing. I wonder if Leclerc is going to try, he's going on a medium, so I wonder if he's going to try a strategy where he goes mediums and then switches on to hards. Just sort of stretch it all the way to the end. Use all 3 compounds. Right now it's me and Sonoda, 1-2. Sonoda still within the DRS range. So he will be on the attack for sure on this next lap. Did have a brief run-in with Sonoda in practice, no contact, but I was using him for some DRS assistance during my race strategy program. Actually, he got in the way at one point, almost screwed up one of my laps. Sonoda's definitely going to have DRS here. I'm going to close. He's not going to have enough to make the pass. While the McLaren of Norris and his teammate Ricciardo, the next car is behind us, but Norris is almost 3 seconds back. As I go wide, Sonoda has a look. Isn't able to do anything there. Almost made contact with the wall there.
We're leading our teammate by 9.2 seconds.
Starting to pull away a little bit from Sonoda. Kind of curious. He was very close to DRS range. I don't know if he actually picked it up or not. He was close in the detection zone. Before the hairpin. The detection zone for this back straight is before the hairpin. And no, he did not get DRS, so we have, for now, broken the barrier between ourselves and Yuki Tsunoda. Which is what you want to see. You don't want him to get that toe.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
And we just hit the fastest lap of the race. So there you go there. I think I could have taken that little complex better. I ran into the grass a little bit. I ran wide. That's why. That's better.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Got that confirmed?
Team still wants a medium strategy, of course. We are going to go on to the mediums, but might not necessarily be for 2 stops. Might be just, probably going to be just 1. strategy we've employed at Canada in the past, and we'll try that again here. Do our first mid-session save as well. Now, I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari are pretty tight in performance in terms of the performance comparison chart. But I'm surprised that we were able to pull this far away from Tsunoda right now. I don't know if his tires are just falling off that much more than mine. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Actually, I think we've had some people already pit, because I only see one McLaren in the top order. We have had some people pit. Carlos Sainz went for soft to soft. Ricardo, who was the McLaren that pitted, went soft to medium. And Leclerc, obviously, pitted lap 1, soft to medium. So, did not expect to see pit stops that early, but I guess it just further confirms that the 2-stop is in play for pretty much everyone. I believe everyone started on the soft tires as well, so... Oh, and Yuki Tsunoda dives in the pits.
Tire condition is still looking good.
Now here's the important thing, and we got a bunch of people hitting pit road now.
In this lap, pushing out.
Including my teammate. Actually kind of curious to see, does Tsunoda get held up by anybody in the pits, considering he pitted? Let's see, who's so far behind. Yeah, he's going to get held up. So Tsunoda's going to get held in the pits for a long time, as he had to let one of the Red Bulls and Bottas go by. Bottas and the AlphaTauri. So the McLaren and the Red Bull Perez are going to be closer to Tsunoda than they were before. Where's Ricardo? Ricardo is back all the way back here. Okay. My teammate coming in, and so the cars who haven't stopped yet, aside from myself, would be Mick Schumacher, Pierre Gasly, Jack Aitken, and Sebastian Vettel, in terms of people who will be in front of these other guys here. I actually didn't even check to see what tires are going on, so I'll have to look at that momentarily. Trying to find Vettel. Where's Vettel? Okay, Vettel's gonna beat those guys out. Okay, so Tsunoda went for mediums. first went for mediums. So did Perez. So did Bottas. Okay. So most of the people who have pitted decided to go with medium tires. Which essentially confirms, because they pitted so early, that they're going to be doing a two-stop race. Now, I don't necessarily need to be concerned about where Tsunoda is on track in relation to me. You know, I expect that he's going to pass me, obviously. But I know that they're not going to be running to the end of the race on that set of medium tires they just put on the car. So I'm just going to keep going. And we'll pit when we're ready to pit. Okay, so Tsunoda is going to be back up into second. And he's going to have open track ahead of him to run me down. Now, I want to try to make it to at least lap 14. So you got at least 3 more laps to run on this set of tires. Now, when we pit, is really going to be determined by how quickly Tsunoda is catching us each lap. So I might extend this if Tsunoda's, pace in terms of catching me is faster than I anticipated. Or I might pit at lap 14 on the dot, but if the pace that Tsunoda's catching me at isn't as fast as I would have expected or thought, then I might extend the stint of lap further. It's really all going to depend. And the tire wear is pretty solid. It's not too orange now.
Uh-oh. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Jack Aiken out of the race. See if we can go back and take a look at what happened to him. And there he pulls off to the side. He's out of the race. This happened right in front of the Aston Martins, the Vettel and Stroll.
beware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags. Okay, clear.
No safety car. Safety car is on standard, so I don't know. It just feels like we haven't gotten a safety car as of late very often. I think I'm going to extend this stint through to lap 15, and then I'll come in and pit. That's what I'm going to do. Tsunoda is 18 seconds behind, but we know he will more than likely need to make another pit stop. I mean, technically he's met the tire allocation as has most of the field. It's just that I don't think, based on when they pitted, they can go that long to the end of the race on that set of tire. And even if Tsunoda was in front of us,
The car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
even if Tsunoda does pass us, our tires are going to be much fresher than his. So, passing should not be an issue on fresh rubber.
Okay, we can take you this lap. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop. Understood. Stopping this lap.
Alright, time to let the pit crew do its thing. Or it's time for them to do their thing, I should say.
Go now.
3 seconds flat, not too bad.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop
Oh,
left
here
in our
comes
strategy.
Tsunoda! And we're just gonna edge him out. We did lead that lap, by the way. So that means if we win this race, we would have led every single lap, flag to flag. Yeah, and just for some perspective, Tsunoda pitted on lap 9 or 10, somewhere in that range. So our tires are 5 laps fresher than Tsunoda's. And obviously he'll have the DRS here, but shouldn't be able to pass us. The fresh rubber sort of balances out versus the DRS. Oh, by the way, Carlos Sainz finally came into the pits. Of course, he went on another set of softs at the start of his stint. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Science pitted from softs to softs, so for his second stint he was on the same tire compound. So he has completed his allotted amount now. He's good to go to the end of the race. Science currently sitting in P13. Sonoda is actually a bit a little racier than I was expecting, just because of the temperature. His tires are obviously up to temperature versus mine, so it should be evening out about now. Well, not evening out, but my tires should be up to temperature by this point. Done almost 2 laps since the pit stop. And we're really just, Sonoda's just barely hanging on with the DRS.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fastest lap of the race so far with 2 red sectors. I don't know how that works, but we'll take it. Do another mid-session save. Oop, took that turn not correctly. I think we might be up for a fastest lap of the race right here. Yeah, there we go.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 19.8 seconds.
Purple sector 1, purple sector 3, and that's a new fastest lap of the race.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, copy that. You're leading the pack, P1. Tsunoda is behind you. Our gap behind is 3.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. You have 4 laps till your pit window opens. 15 laps still remaining. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
The car is making their pit stops now for the second time.
Christian is in the pits. Christian in the pits.
Anyone in front of us do their second stop already, or some people still have to go? Some of them have to go. Latifi still has to stop. Alonso's made a bunch of stops. Yes, the back half of the field still has to come in yet. By the looks of it. Better give way, massive pin. Or massive spin, as I like to call him. Oh, look at that, Leclerc has made his way back to the top 5. I'm actually curious, what has Leclerc's strategy been in this race? So he went soft saw. Oh no, that's Carlos Sainz. So he would have pitted first lap. And then he stretched it out all the way to lap 18. So yeah, he could probably, so Leclerc's probably good to go to the rest of the way. So he's in position to score some points, which good for him after that initial trouble on the start. And I don't really care if Tsunoda gains on me at this point because it's going to take a lot for him to catch me. Excuse me. This is a Path to the Wall champions. Is that Alonso in the pits again? Oh, it's probably the Williams.
Box, box. We're coming in this lap.
It's probably the Williams of Nicholas Latifi. The wall a little bit, actually. A large pack of cars in front of me, all of whom have just pitted. Whether I'll catch them or not is up for debate, I guess, because they're on a couple laps fresher tires than me, but at the same time, my car is inherently quicker than pretty much all of theirs, all of the cars in front of me, so yeah, I don't know, I guess we'll see if we can catch them or not. That'll be the fun part for the end of the race here, as we start to leave Nikita Mazepin in the dust behind us. Sainz makes another pit stop, interestingly enough. Wasn't expecting that. I guess he was going for a 3-stop race? Question mark? Curious where he ends up because my teammate's on the verge of scoring points. He's actually in 10th now, right in front of Sainz. So train of about 6 cars in front of us. Gotta be a little careful there. That wall juts out a little bit. A little too close for comfort. And even though Sonoda has fresher tires, that gap between myself and Sonoda is pretty much stabilized at around 21 seconds. Would have needed a Herculean effort to catch me anyway. 2 seconds a lap at least. But, yeah, those newer medium tires are not working out as well for Sonoda as they would have liked in terms of trying to catch me. Finally caught this train of 6 cars who should be getting blue flags momentarily, next lap or so. First one will be Callum Islet in the Haas. Up to Islet here. Blue flags are out. Let's see when Islet opens the door to let us by. There he goes. He dives down to the bottom. Now let us roll on through as we approach the final chicane. The wall champions on the right. And that's both Haas cars a lap down. We got some fierce battling ahead of us. Between the, looks like that's the Alpine teammates of Alonso and Ocon. Fighting each other for position as looks like in front of them is I think that's George Russell in the Williams, as Sebastian Vettel will let us swing on by here. Closed up to the back of Alonso. Alpine's just not having a good run today. Both of them are down the running order. Alonso had multiple pit stops that he had to make. Oh, Ocon looking for a dangerous move on Russell. That did not work. And now they're both going to have to yield to me. Alonso might use this to his advantage. They're 3 wide. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's all wild racing in that pack of 6 or 7 cars. They all had to yield to me. And we're through and on with our race. Russell having a decent run in P14.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
The next car in front of us is the Alfa Romeo of Antonio Giovinazzi, and then the the Aston Martin of Stroll in 12th place. We might catch Giovinazzi. I don't think we'll catch Stroll. So probably looking about 13 or 12 finishers on the lead lap by the time this race is over. Man, that racing back there is intense as all hell for P14. Everyone, because it's basically a long DRS train. I think Russell's the one that's sort of holding everyone up. Takes a tight line through the chicane, gets in contact, and Ocon could get by him, and probably Alonso as well. But yeah, pretty exciting racing back there for position, for points that, you know. Uh-oh, Latifi's out of the race. He was running all by himself, so that must have been an engine failure, I would assume. Yep, they see the smoke, and he pulls off to the side, and that's it. So, Jack Aitken was the other engine failure. I think it was Jack Aitken. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jack Aitken and Nicholas Latifi, so two Mercedes-powered cars out of the race.
Caution, caution. Green flag. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Tire wear check, not even 50% on the highest degraded, I guess, tire, 41%. So yes, tire wear worked out swimmingly for us here in Montreal, and it's going to result in another strong outing, easy for me to say, here in Season 2. Closing in on Giovinazzi, though I don't think we will catch him before the end of this race. put him a lap down.
This is your final lap of the race. The gap to the car behind is 20.3 seconds.
And it has to be said, what an absolutely incredible start to the season.
Only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Thank you, Jeff. That doesn't matter right now. As I was saying, what an incredible start to the season for my team. It's looking to battle for the championship. Is it just because, you know, getting more wins, being in more contention? But I did not expect winning 5 of the first 6 races to put a massive advantage over the rest of the field in terms of the championship. As we come around the final chicane to come take the checkered flag to win the Canadian Grand Prix. 5th win in 6 races to start off Season 2.
That's the race win.
What a victory.
They take the checkered flag then here in Canada in what has been another fabulous Grand Prix. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. And the championship leaders secured more points today, pushing their lead out even further at the top of the standings. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Esteban Ocon. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Weird thing for Crofty to say, considering that Aston Martin didn't score any points in this race. And there you have it. That was the Canadian Grand Prix. Constructor standings, we still hold the advantage over Ferrari. It's going to be a bit of a challenge until Lundgaard can actually score some points. He was very close today, 11th place. Driver standings, we are now 3 full race wins ahead of 2nd place Yuki Tsunoda. And third place Charles Leclerc. They're not technically tied, but they're almost on level. But man, we are absolutely destroying the competition this year. I don't know if it's just because there's no Hamilton and Verstappen, who are arguably the two best drivers in the game. Probably the two best drivers in the game, for sure. So, I don't know what it is. If it's just their absence or what, but we're just absolutely killing it right now. Yeah, nothing much else really to say, but what a run we are on right now.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you? Was today a good day for you?
Of course things went well.
What's the secret ingredient for your performance today?
Power unit. Easily the power unit
Well,
today.
that's everything.
A lot of money in the bank right now, $7.04 million.
Our running costs are significantly less than the income we're pulling in. I suggest we start looking for opportunities to spend that profit margin.
Alright. Let's take a look at things here. So, what facilities need some morale boost? Pretty much all of them except powertrain. We'll definitely do race simulations for Lungard. Do some aero team building, sure. Visit sponsor headquarters and driver promotion filming. Alright, facility levels. All of them are expect 2 except for chassis. Guess we could put in an upgrade for the chassis. I think it's about time. To get that taken care of.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
Alright, so I'll take care of some things here. Let's see. I think McLaren's passed us again very briefly, and Mercedes actually is not, it doesn't explain on the chart, but Mercedes is not the top car anymore. It's not a Red Bull and Ferrari. So I think our decision on the next part to spend on will depend on how many resource points come out of the practice at the French Grand Prix. Helengard is doing solid at the moment. Focus is 74, 80 race rating, which is pretty solid. And yeah, I don't think there is much else to do, so thank you for watching the Canadian Grand Prix. I'll see you next time for the French Grand Prix.